Hello students, myself Mrs. Rajana Karida is going to teach you chapter 4, the thinkers, beliefs and buildings of history. In this chapter we will know about the philosophers, thinkers like Buddha, Mahavir, Jaina, etc. Their ideas which were compiled as oral or written, expressed in architecture and sculpture. These influence on people. The sources like texts, monuments, inscriptions, remain materials, etc. The historians used to reconstruct the ideas of Buddhism, Jainism, Brahmanical beliefs. In this chapter, there is a major focus on Sanchi Stupa. Next, the sacrificial traditions, Vedic sacrifices. There were several religious beliefs, practices, traditions and thoughts in Vedic traditions. The Rig Veda, compiled between about 1500 and 1000 BCE. It consists of hymns in praise of variety deities, especially Agni, Indra and Soma. Many of these hymns were chanted when the sacrifices were performed, where the people prayed for son, cattle, good health, wealth, etc. Next, debates and discussions. There were questions coming about the various sacrifices, traditions, the meaning of life, death, rebirth, etc. in the people's minds. There were as many as 64 sects or schools of thought. The discussions and debates took place between the teachers of various thoughts. They travelled one place to another, trying to convince about the validity of their philosophy. Many of the teachers, including Buddha and Mahavira, questioned the authority of the Vedas. They emphasized that every man can get happiness over life's process. Next, this is the picture of Mahavira, who is regarded as the real founder of Jainism. Next, the image was of 3rd century CE, found in Mathura. The real name of Mahavira was Vardhaman. He was born in 568 BC near Vaisali in North Bihar. He was belonged to Lichavi ruling family. He spent his early life in royal luxuries. He married to princess named Yashodhara. He left palace at the age of 30 and became an ascetic. After 12 years of meditating, he reached his goal and obtained the supreme knowledge. Then he came to be known as Jino Mahavira or Conqueror. Next, Mahavira was the 24th Tirthankar. The 23rd Tirthankar was Parshavanatha. The word Tirthankara means pathfinder, who guides men and women to attain the salvation. Next, the message of Mahavira. According to the Jainism, the entire world is animated. Even stones, water have life. No injury to living animals, plants, insects. The principle of ahimsa or non-violence emphasized within Jainism and has influenced all over India. Jainism teaches that the cycle of birth and rebirth is served through karma. Asceticism and penance are required to free from the cycle of karma. They can only be achieved by renouncing the world. Next, 5 vows of Jainism or 5 doctrines. Jaina monks and nuns took 5 vows: to say the truth, follow non-violence, should abstain from stealing, possessing property, and to follow the path of brahmacharya. Next, it is tri-jewels or the 3 jewels of Jainism and the spread of Jainism. As per Jainism, the 3 jewels are Samyak Gyan, that is right knowledge, Samyak Darshan, right faith, Samyak Charitra, that is right conduct, behavior. To spread Jainism, the Jaina scholars produced a wealth of literature like Prakrit, Sanskrit and Tamil to write text. They travelled many parts of India. Many manuscripts of these texts were preserved carefully in libraries attached to the temples. Next, this is the picture of Mahatma Buddha. Next, The real name of Buddha was Siddhartha. He was born in Lumbini. He was the son of a chief of Sakya clan. He had sheltered upbringing within the palace. He was insulated from harsh realities of life. But one day he persuaded his charioteer to travel the city. During his journey, he saw an old man, a sick man, a dead body of human, and a saint or beggar. He realized that the decay and destruction of human body is inevitable, but the homeless saint seemed him happy and with peace. He had come to terms with old age, disease, and death, and found peace also. Soon after, he left the palace and set out in search of truth. After some years, he finally attained enlightenment in Bodh Gaya and came to be known as Buddha. Rest of life he taught dharma, or the path of righteous living. He gave his first sermon at Sarnath and attained Nirvana in Kushinagara. Next, teachings of Buddha. Buddha's teachings have been found from Buddhist texts, mainly in the Sutta Pitaka. He advised kings and Gahapatis to be human and ethical. He emphasized righteous action means to escape from the cycle of rebirth. To attain self-realization and nirvana, Buddhism do not believe in God and in Vedas, sacrifices, yajna and rituals. Buddha opposed the caste system and emphasized on morality. Next, the followers of Buddha. There were the growth of a body of disciples of Buddha. So he founded Sangha, which is an organization of monks. The monks became the teachers of Dhamma. The monks lived simply and known as bhikkhus. Bhikkhus had only a bowl to receive food once a day from the ordinary people. Buddha's dearest disciple Ananda allowed women into the Sangha. Buddha's foster mother Mahapajapati Gautami was the first woman who joined the Sangha. Buddha's followers were both from many social groups, rich and poor, such as kings, workers, slaves, Gahapatis, etc. But all were regarded equal and identified as bhikkhus or bhikkhunis. They had to give up their earlier social status. The emphasis was placed on metta and karuna, that is compassion. Next, Buddhist text. Buddhist teachings were compiled by his disciples, and these compilations are known as Tripitaka. There are three types of texts. First is Vinaya Pitaka, which is consisting of rules for the members of Sangha. Second is Sutta Pitaka. It includes Buddha's teachings. And third one, it is Abhidharma Pitaka, which is dealt with philosophical matters. Next, according to Buddhism, there are four noble eternal truths. They are Dukkha, that is truth of suffering. Next is Samudaya, that means reason of suffering. Third one, it is Nirodha, it means cessation of suffering or stop of suffering. Fourth one, last truth is, that is Marga, a path of cessation of suffering. Next slides of this chapter you will get later. Thank you.